how can we work faster, smarter, better, more efficiently, and technology is the answer to that.
Welcome to the Insurance Refocused podcast, where we're highlighting real agent stories and how they are innovating to respond to the changes and challenges happening in the independent insurance industry. My name's Lindsay, and I can't wait to introduce you to my amazing co-host, who just so happens to be my mom, Carey Wallace. Mom, how you doing today?
Lindsay, I am having a fantastic day. I got to tell you, it rained all day yesterday. The sky is blue. There's no humidity. It is a beautiful, beautiful day in Hilton Head. How about you, man? How's your day going?
It's going good. It is not a beautiful day here, even though we're so close together. It's literally overcast the entire day and like misting. So that's disgusting. But we have a day of all inside podcast recording, so that's fine with me. But right now,
Exactly.
We have Christy and Charity Ross on. Christy is the owner of Cecil A Investment and Insurance Group, and Chasity has the most fun title that I've ever heard in my entire life, the Chief Cheerful Officer and New Business Liaison. Hi guys, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. We're so glad we could have you guys here to talk a little bit about your family agency, generations, having 3 different generations in your agency, and technology. So just to start off, starting with Christy, could you guys give us just a short intro into your roles and responsibilities and like how long you've been in the industry?
My name is Christy Ross, and we are with CA Ross Insurance Agency, and we're in Texas. Our agency is about 10, 12 years old. It depends on if you talk about when we very first started sitting in chairs next to each other. Our agency was initially a health and life shop, and we have evolved now to a property casualty. We obviously have a health and life department, farm and ranch, and we have a wealth management division. My role in the agency is probably visionary. I hire, I'm always searching for great opportunities. It's a goal of ours to make sure that we provide outstanding customer service, we leave a legacy, and that we help, we're trusted advisors that help folks be a continuation of perhaps our home. I want to make sure that we are create avenues for new jobs, and we've been successful in doing that. All of our boxes are checked. We love technology, and then bringing family in comes with all of its fun, exciting, wild times. We can talk more about that in a minute.
Yeah. What about you, Chastity? What is your kind of main role in the agency?
I am the new business liaison at CA Ross Insurance and Investments, and I get the opportunity to meet business owners, to network within our community. I really get to do all of the fun things and talk about insurance a little bit. I get to be a walking billboard, if you will, and talk about our mission, value, and purpose, and why I believe that we're the best agency in our area.
I love that. I would love to start with asking Chastity kind of about being like the youngest generation, because I'm also in a younger generation. I'm 22, or no, I'm 24, not 22. I don't know where that came from.
It's Friday, Lindsay.
Geez. I've only been in the industry for about 3 years now, but I would love your viewpoint on like working with your family, and especially like in a family agency, and how you guys work together to achieve your goals while maintaining balance between like your personal lives at the same time.
Absolutely, it gets a little gray. My personal life and my professional life, they do commingle and they do merge together more often than not. But I truly believe I'm in the best place and in the best position. I wouldn't want to do this alongside anyone else. Our family is very, very close. We do a lot of things together. we cry together, we laugh together, we celebrate together. And so for me, as I build my professional role in our community, my parents have done both a great job individually and together of having their own legacy and their own statement as individuals and their own mark, if you will. And so coming alongside of them and getting to train and mentor them, mentor me, um, in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that there's no one better to be able to do that with me. They understand what I'm going through in my personal life and can help that and be there for me whenever I'm growing and developing in my career. And so they mentor me a lot, and we're always talking about work. It's a blessing and a curse at the same time, but it's the most wonderful experience that I've gotten the opportunity to have.
If you're like me and many other small businesses across the country where hiring, training, and retaining employees is a challenge, Agency VA has a solution for you. Agency VA has over 1,000 VAs hired, managed, and trained in the Philippines, Latin America, and India. But did you also know they have 100 licensed agents here in the US that can help you manage your book? I use a VA who lives in the Philippines, and I absolutely love her. The process was simple. We had a consultation where they asked me my needs, goals, and concerns, and matched me with Allie, who has been an absolute game changer for me. Employing Allie through Agency VA has allowed me to focus on my business without worrying about HR concerns, turnover, and monitoring payroll. The best part is the Agency VA team was eager to help my company and also make sure that Allie is getting employee benefits, a competitive salary to help her live a better life in the Philippines. If this is something that you are struggling with inside your agency, please visit agencyva.com/insurance refocused and set up a time to talk to them about your hiring needs. Hey guys, if you're looking to improve your bottom line, allow your team to operate efficiently, and really improve that customer retention, I believe you should check out Ascend. Ascend is the all-in-one insurance payment solution. They are focused on streamlining your invoicing, premium financing, accounting, and they'll even make your carrier payables for you. They are taking agency bill and making it as easy as direct bill. That is a game changer. They integrate with all of the major AMS players, and here's the best part. It's free. There is no subscription, no cost to you. They allow your customers to pay how they want. If you are interested in improving your efficiency, go visit ascend.com/insurance refocused and let them know that we sent you.
Yeah, we can definitely relate.
Yeah.
There's definitely been many holidays where computers get pulled out and insurance gets talked about, and the rest of our family is like, holy crap, can you guys shut up? And like, it's just like fun to us, you know?
It really is. We're a little bit crazy in that aspect. I'm sure you guys completely understand. But yeah, we'll be on vacations. We'll be doing things, going to lunches, dinners, and ultimately our clients come first. And so if there's things that we need to do, we do drop what we're doing and pay attention to that, get them taken care of.
So Chastity, I love what you said though, is you wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. And the reality is there's a level of trust with people who you know care about you deeply, that you can do new things and you can try new things and you can you're safe to make mistakes. You're safe to explore. And I think that's the beauty of a family run business, because there's this level of trust and level of care between people that, sure, you can build that with people outside your family, but it is built in, like it is rock solid. So I feel the same way. You know, I don't know that I would have started a podcast if it wasn't with Lindsay. It's a hard thing to do. I've never done it before. And, you know, putting yourself out there is a thing. Doing it with somebody that I know cares about me is completely different. So hats off to you for doing that. We have struggled though to figure out this balance though, so we don't bore the rest of our family with all all the stuff we do. And at one point, her dad actually said, it'd be really nice if I actually got to talk to Lindsay as well, since you dominate all of her time. So we're figuring it out as a family, right? But Christy,
We'll always figure it out.
yeah, it's always a journey to figure it out. So, Christy, you and I have known each other for a little bit. We've actually worked on some things together. I've gotten to see you in action, and I know you as a leader is someone who is innovative. You want to build your agency for the future. Talk to me about what that's like, being the person that's driving innovation and embracing technology. What is that? What has that been like for you as the driver?
I am sure at this point you want me to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and I'm sure you don't want me to sugarcoat this.
No,
So
please do not. Do not do that. Yes.
I am going to tell you it is nerve wracking and it's challenging and it's hard sometimes. Um, I think my own goals are contagious at times, so I have to be careful that I don't keep other people up late at night or wake them up at 3 or 4 in the morning. But I get so excited sometimes. I'll discover new technology or a new carrier or an avenue that's can change, um, make a difference in the lives of not only our staff but clients. The decisions we make together as a team, I'm a collaborative manager. So once I have an idea, I bring it to our team, and then we all kick it around for however long we need to, and we determine if it's something we adopt or we don't. But once we realize if there is an impact or what the impact is, and everyone's on board, I'm the kind of person that wants to stay up for the next 10 days and make it happen. While the rest of our staff needs to go home and take a shower and rest. And so I'm in a unique situation where I'm an empty nester and I'm an advisory council, I guess, to Chastity and her little sister and our 2 boys. And that kind of has happened with age and time. Um, I love the young adults. They help us do these things like technology. I just think it's a great idea and they make it happen. Together, we're a really awesome team, but it is hard. I'm being innovative. I'm always asking questions. I think the sign behind this, I don't know if y'all can see it, but the little square up there on my shelf, it says ask more questions, and I love it.
Yeah. And here's the thing, if someone tells you that this is an easy road, it's not. Change is difficult. But the good news is, if you do it in the right way, it's able to be achieved and embraced. So tell me, here's something super unique about you guys, but you have 3 generations working together. Is that accurate?
That is true. My mom works with us. We have 2 cousins, one on my side of the family, one on Cecil's, and then we have Chastity's in the firm, and then our youngest daughter is joining. So yes,
Yeah, I love that. And here's the thing. I mean, listen, I feel that I'm able to understand technology, but when I think of if my mother was working with me and with Lindsay, what a weird and different dynamic it is to try and get me to learn something versus my mother. And here's the reality. I hope my team isn't listening to this, because they probably would laugh with me saying that I'm the one that can actually get technology. I'm limited. Let's be real. I'm straight up limited. But it's really interesting when you skip a generation, what's that like. So Chastity, I'd love to hear, like, how are you? I'm assuming if it's anything like us, Lindsay's super not afraid of technology at all and can learn something, teach herself, do whatever. What does that look like in your agency as you guys bring on new technology? Your mom has an idea, but it has to be implemented. What is your role, Chastity, in that whole situation?
Efficiency. We have a lot of things in a day to day that we need to accomplish and that we need to work through. I'm sure, like you guys know. And so that's kind of where we lean to it is how can we work um, faster, smarter, better, more efficiently. And technology is the answer to that a lot of times. It's getting everybody on board and making sure people feel comfortable in those changes and in those roles. I think having a good foundation with that is very key. And because we are family, that trust is already there. The chemistry is already there. And so when we make those changes, I'm not saying it's perfect. Sure, there's some bumps and some things that kinks that we got to work out, but overall, comparatively speaking, I think we do it very beautifully. We delegate, we duplicate ourselves, we pride ourselves in a lot of those things, so nobody's ever left having to understand or learn something on their own. We do work in pods and we do work in teams, and so when we're changing, we're all changing together. When we're learning something new, we're all learning together, and I think truly coming together and using what we already have going for us is a big key to that.
And your grandma, we get to incorporate
Absolutely.
my mom. And so my mother does not want to be first doing technology. Um, but the young adults in the firm, there's some that are super fast learners. And if I take myself out of the equation, the young, and Cecil too, then we let the young adults teach my mom the technology, and she's far more eager to learn and embrace it because she gets to hang out with the cool kids.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that
It's
the
true.
truth?
It's pretty remarkable to watch.
We just get to bond a lot, and so we take a lot of advantage of the time we get to spend together.
Yeah, that's sweet. What is kind of the training process when you bring on new technology in your agency? Because I know, like, how I would approach training someone who is my peer or someone who is like one level above me, would be much different than how I would approach training my grandmother, who I have trained my grandmother how to use Facebook. Big mistake. She is constantly doing things and I'm having to say, "Oh my gosh, grandma, that don't do that. Don't do that." But it's funny when I see her like doing it successfully, right? I'm like, "Oh yeah, she got it. She finally figured out how to like share a picture and add a caption so it like has her own thing, like but it would be that would be so different than if I was training a friend how to use Facebook.
So I think in the office, when we bring those things on, it depends on what it is. Which departments, I do try to keep that cohesive with departments. We bring up ideas. We usually compare 3 or 4 forms of technology. I'm typically the one that meets with them initially once we limit that or narrow it down to the ones we like the most or work the best for us or the ones that we have done trials with. It doesn't take, if you bring a trial in this office, everybody knows. I mean, it's 5 seconds. So even folks from other departments will come. We've created an environment where it's a buzzword. So if we're onboarding like Tarmica, it's a buzzword. And so everybody hears the word and they want to see it. They don't want to be first, but they want to see it.
Well, I love that they don't want to be first. So you let someone who's not afraid figure it out and then be able to translate. This is what it means for you. This is how we're going to use it. This is what it means. So it's less intimidating than someone who has to log in the first time and figure that out. I love, love, love that approach. So tell me, and here's the thing, there's a lot of agencies out there that are saying, you know what, there's so much technology, I don't know where to freaking begin. Like, I don't even know where to start. Can you tell me what your selection process looks like and how you decide what to adopt? Because I think that's half the battle is and you walk me through what your selection process looks like, and then I'd love to comment on that, because so if you select the thing that doesn't actually do the impact, you can't get the buy-in from your team. Like, that's just the reality of it, right? So what does that look like for you guys?
So I'm on several forums. I am on Facebook. I'm on several forums on Instagram, and I'm on several forums for our CRM, which is Applied Epic. I am notorious for asking a lot of questions. Once I determine who on those, your grandma and I are probably similar, and once I know how to use it,
She's unstoppable.
I am not shy, so I reach out to other agency owners. I prefer to reach out to agency owners that are out of Texas, since Texas is my working territory. Um, I will reach outside of Texas, and plus it allows me to expand my network. I will private message people on LinkedIn, on Facebook. I will call them. I will schedule appointments. It's fun. Um, and then I ask questions, and people love to answer what's going on, especially since I'm in a different state. I found that they speak more, and then I find common denominators, and then we go in that direction.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, Chastity, what is your impression on how technology has changed how you guys engage with your customers? Because we talked about it, how it is inside your team, but what has it allowed you guys to do as you're engaging your customers?
There's always going to be a balance of that. Our clientele ranges in all different ages, different locations. I've found it to be very beneficial. Everybody is working a job. Everybody has a 40 plus hour work week. We do network and work with other like-minded insureds or companies. And so, yeah, everybody's busy and doing a million things. And truthfully, the technology that mom brings to the table, it allows us to be more efficient in what we do and to be able to have more ways to reach our clients and to give them other options as far as communication. Of course, we always want our clients to come in and have that face-to-face interaction, and we like to set the standard at the beginning that way. However, our clients that we've had for long term, we like the capability to be able to communicate with them and to get ID cards, declaration pages, any of that stuff kind of back and forth. So really, I believe that it's bettered us. Made it more beneficial, and it's given different avenues to people that are just as busy as we are.
And it was good for risk. And
Absolutely.
there's some consistency. So when there's consistency, there's less risk, and we gathered the same information from everyone. So consistency was helpful.
Super important point, because here's the deal. If everybody's doing it differently, A, it's super inefficient, but it's not consistent. And if someone needs to step in and pick up where you left off and it's not the same, it just creates a breakdown. And that means that you're not going to be able to serve your client the right way. So I absolutely love that. Here's the reality. Technology never replaces the relationship. It should always enhance it. And I love what you said. It allows us to focus more on the relationship and less on the transactional part of our job, which that's what it should do. If it's implemented the right way, it should make you spend more time advising, creating relationships, doing all those things, and not the things that you don't need to be spending the time on, right? Like that's crazy. And it, if people looked at it that way, I think it's far less intimidating than it needs to be. But it is overwhelming. There's a lot of choices out there. There's no two ways around that. So I guess Christy had, since there's so many choices, I love that you ask a ton of questions, and I know you, so I'm confident that they are super thoughtful questions. But have you gone down the path where you thought you picked something that made sense and it wasn't? Give me an idea of where, it's a misfire. What did that look like inside your agent? Or have you had that? Maybe you haven't had that yet.
We have. We had that with, our CRM system initially. We were really excited. It was affordable, um, but it didn't have all the bells and whistles, and you don't know what you don't know until you get in there and use it, and it's renewal time. But as it's renewal time, then you realize, oh my heavens, there's a real slippery slope, if you will, a real fine line of how much do we spend on technology, what do you really need, and by the time you need it, it should have been implemented 3 to 6 months ago. So the unrealistic timelines are hard, and then the investments to be in the business at the level that you want to, that's difficult. we had to transition from one CRM system to another. We have made phone changes in how we manage calls. Um, I think the worst meeting I've ever been in is the one where you buy printers and copy machines and you do 0.0013 cents. That's terrible. And it's like, oh, that was $4,000 decision. It was what? Um, so those are incredible. And then we have other technology as we get more into the times that we're dealing with now, where you send out links. They can we can obtain declaration pages. Things are more efficient. They land on the desktop of the individuals that are quoting and the account managers. So the evolution of an agency is always running in tandem with technology. And it seems like just about the time you get efficient or, from a business owner point of view, everybody's profitable. We have bonus structures all perfect. Then it's time to buy something new. And it's like, oh my holy heavens. You just get it all rolling perfectly. And somebody else in the agency, like Chas, they're on form, so they bring an idea or they heard something in the field. So we have definitely had challenges. We've had to undo technology or contracts. We've had some of the people in the agency, we have varying ages. So some would use it and some wouldn't. Some regardless of age, have a different experience. So I have a lady who she has adult children, and she will use anything I put on her desk. She tells me no for the first week, but once she uses it, she loves it. And so there's not ever been a time I haven't. She just likes to say no, and then she says okay. And so as long as, and I always tell everybody now, I was like, okay, we're going to bring something new, and I will say there's two or three, and they know who they are, that are going to say no, and they'll do it. So y'all just do it, and they will come on a line. They don't want to be left behind either. So it's fun. And we talk about personality. And we talk about personalities. We talk about strengths and weaknesses very openly in the organization. This is what we're going to do. This is what they're going to say. This is how it's going to respond. So when it happens, they're like, oh, that was me.
That's awesome. At least they know themselves, right? That's awesome. Yeah.
So the last thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit was the hard market, obviously, especially being in Texas. I work for a network and we have a couple members in Texas. So I know how difficult this market can be down there for you guys. But I would love to hear your insights into how, like, the mesh of being a family agency and utilizing technology and optimizing it for client experience, has that had an impact on how you guys are facing the hard market?
I think that's a great question. Yes, markets are crazy pants right now, but again, we are priding ourselves in education. Right now, we're taking a little bit, not a step back, but we're taking a step back to evaluate. Retention is really important to us, and so what we want to do is educate not just our clients that we have and the people that we're already servicing, but also ones that could be potential clients. We are doing a lot of public speakings right now and speaking engagements throughout our community and surrounding towns. Getting on board with some of our commercial clients who are maybe larger, have a lot of employees, and networking with like safety meetings or anytime we can get the whole group together. Again, whether they're clients or not, or they signed up for a policy or to be a part of something or not, we just want to get the information out there. So utilizing our social media, getting on podcasts, doing those speaking engagements, getting really close with our chamber and being involved and assuring people that we're going through it too. You know, as agents, we don't get a discount on our policies and on our premiums either. So we're right there with you guys, with everybody that's going through it. We do pride ourselves in, having those relationships with everybody. Yes, we're busy. Yes, it's a crazy time. But if we'll slow down just a little bit and cater to that and understand, you know what, we're all humans, we're all going through this. It's like anything else, any other hardship. You got to buckle down. You got to know the ins and outs of your policies. And although premiums may be higher, sometimes it's not in the best interest to jump ship and to move to a different carrier. Sometimes it is better to stay where you're at, pay a little bit more. But again, insurance is to take care of if anything bad were to happen. And inflation's it's happening and things are going up. And so what we don't want to happen is to jump ship, move somewhere and sacrifice coverages. So that's really what we're doing. I think, yeah, being a family where we know how each other is going to respond to certain things. We kind of already know a lot of times what the other one's thinking when we get different information in the field, any part of our insurance agency, even on the investment side. Markets go up and down all the time, but we do get really close with our mortgage lenders, with um, a bunch of other people. So, yeah.
Yeah, relationships matter, don't they? There's no two ways around it, especially in a hard market. Relationships matter, knowing who you can rely on and all those things. And the fact that you have this infrastructure in place perfectly positions you to respond to your customers in a way that they need you to. I, I, I sometimes wonder what it's like for agents that are just starting this journey in this market, how difficult that must be to try and juggle all of those things. It's not easy for anyone. Like, don't hear me wrong. I'm not saying, but those that position themselves well are able to respond quicker and more efficiently than those that haven't made this leap, which is interesting. And I do think that, you know, change is driven by pain. And the hard market has created some pain for some people. And I think it will drive change. There's no two ways around that, right? So I love, love, love that you guys are a family run agency. There's, I'm obviously very biased because I'm doing something with my family as well. I guess I want to know first from actually want to know from both of you. Chastity, everyone says that this industry isn't very attractive for younger people. And it warms my heart to have two young people that seem very passionate about the industry on this call today. What advice would you give other people your age about the industry and the way to think about this? Like, what advice would you give them if they're just starting out?
Follow your heart and care. The product is the product, and insurance isn't going anywhere. Be genuine, be yourself, care for others, and take care of them how you would take care of your own family.
Yeah, I love that.
I think we're always taking care of people the way we would want to be treated, or how we would want our family to be treated, in all ages, in all aspects of life. That would be my advice.
How about you, Christy? What would you say to someone who's entering this industry and has preconceived notions about what it is? What advice would you give them?
In our agency, when we're hiring and bringing people in, um, I think I say the same things that I have said from the beginning is this is an avenue where you can be involved in the community. You can be a trusted advisor. You can, you're always training and learning. It's a calling, if you will, because you are every month the bills that is being paid. In the event that they need to use the coverage, you're the one that told them so. And so it's making sure that you're trained up, making sure you're educated, the careful thought and attention to detail, and you're needed. Right now, so many people are kind of in the fetal position or they're not out, and I am doing everything we can to be out, go talk while everyone is hunkered down. And this is the best time. Everyone's quoting commercial. Everyone's looking for somebody who knows what they're talking about, is dependable, reliable, respectful, who knows what they're doing, and who is also not self absorbed. You want to make sure that they're looking where you have someone who's, I'm asking questions to other people. I don't know everything. And so being humble and going and asking and bringing that back, and then sharing the information. It's a fun time, in my opinion, to get into the industry. Get your license, get in this industry because we're going to need you. We need young, smart, talented people uh, to get here. And for those of you who have a jump start, you girls are ladies, y'all are way ahead because people are retiring quickly, and we don't have this many people getting back in the industry. So it's a great opportunity for you to be for you to trailblaze in your areas.
No question about it. I say that it's actually like the best kept secret, isn't it? It's like, man, if you want to own your own business and you want to have a long career and you want to make a difference, which is what I don't know which generation it is, but I'm going to go Gen Z. Like, what's super important is I want to be valued. I want to make a difference. I want to, uh, this is the place for you, man. There's no other place that there's a pathway for you, which I would agree 100%, but you get out of it what you put in it. There's no two ways around that. So I love it. Well, thank you ladies both for coming on and sharing. It's fascinating to me that there's 3 generations and you guys are embracing technology and you're doing it in a way that involves everyone. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. I could talk to you guys for days. That's for sure. So anyway, thank you so very much. If someone wants to reach out to you guys, how could they get a hold of you?
We can be reached. We have our app. You can reach us on our website. You can reach us at 325-949-3200. We are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We can be found.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming, and I hope to see you guys real soon, okay?
Thank you. We'll see you both soon.
Thanks so much for tuning in to the Insurance Refocused podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, please be sure to hit subscribe and leave us a review so you'll never miss us. Want to learn more about how Agency Focus can help you grow your agency? Head to agency-focus.com or email Carey directly at carey@agency-focus.com. If you need to get in touch with me, feel free to shoot me an email at lindsay@agency-focus.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next week.